beautiful stars out there, earth, air, fire, and water. I hope everyone has been staying prayed up, blessed up, and doing what you do best. It is a beautiful, 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 beautiful late night out here in Rainchild's Corners. And I hope you all continue to do no other than what? How about then? Okay, so this is going to be the part 2. And there's a couple of things I want to discuss about part 1. There's a lot up in here. See. Let me get y'all established. Get you straight now. Yeah, so you know, it had done that crazy thing it done again. Where I had lost a video. Like as soon as I finished that video, and it's like over 30 minutes long, I had lost it. It checked the SD card and everything, and it was not there. I mean, it was not there for the longest. So I had to download an app and was able to recover it. And I was thankful that I was able to recover it. So then I went to edit the video or whatever. And when I went to edit it, I noticed the ghost tube or whatever. Yeah, the ghost tube I was using. Let me see something. Okay, because I have a spirit talker that I use. I also use a ghost radar. And then I also have one that I actually, you know, this physical that I actually use too, but I haven't been using them on this video because I have to, you know, do some other things to it first. But I would think, let me see, was it this ghost tube? Yeah, it's this one. Kind of condescending with their little, I don't know, it's like, it's weird, but I was listening to it and I was like, So, you know, I like edit the video and stuff, and I was trying to figure out like what was some of the stuff that it was, what they were trying to say or whatever, but it was just weird to me. It's kind of off. It was almost like, you know, it was really sounding like it's an actual person, you know, possibly somewhere. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping, but I don't think I am. But you can listen to the video, I mean, for yourself if you happen to go back and listen to it again. But actually, basement. Yeah, you can go and listen to it and just see what you think or whatever. But yeah, this is called Ghost Tube, and this is the one I was using. But yeah, they sound a little different.
Go back.
And she's saying go back. Okay. All right. Yeah, because you know the reading. You know, since I'm doing all the explaining on this part of the video. I don't know, I'll figure it out. But yeah, it was, you know, like it was supposed to be like an uplifting video, and then, you know, it kind of like it got dark, you know, because it was something dealing with someone who got hurt. So basically what it was saying something about someone got hurt. And I remember it said something about someone was buried somewhere or something like that, and then they put basement, this and that and the other. Which I don't like doing these dark type of messages anyway, but
I have to prepare myself for those.
I'm just gonna go on ahead and wrap this one up. So you know, this is part 2, and so I had actually looked and dug more into that, you know, this energy right here, and so technically, you know, whatever's going on with this masculine, or it could be feminine, but you know, like I said, I was addressing it to a masculine. You can see
how many are there?
Give me a second. Okay, so I had to clear some more space. I don't really get these darn phones and how they be cutting up and stuff, but yes, like I was saying before I got cut off, you know, someone is still angry. It's possibly something dealing with some type of root word, some type of food poisoning. Maybe someone felt like you might have done something to them, and maybe they're possibly going to try to retaliate. You know, basically, you know your story. I do not know.
Their union is sacred.
You know your story. I do not know your life or whatever. You know what I'm saying? What she said your union is sacred. But whatever the case may be, just just know that it's gonna be, it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be something that's gonna be coming through fast. So technically, you just might have to just take heed. Possibly you done been through a lot of heartbreaks, and you had to yeah, technically what it's all about, because it was going to a masculine, it had something to do with someone giving to more than one person, which caused someone to just basically just move forward, possibly out of a situation, and it caused this Three of Swords here. And with all the gossip and stuff going on, someone was technically, unhappy because you were sitting in this Nine of Pentacles energy. So technically you just moved on, to calmer water.
Money she want.
There they go again with the money she wants. They keep saying somebody wants some dollars, child. So whoever this person was that was possibly doing some type of root work towards you, or going to be trying to do some type of root work towards you, caused a whole bunch of mess, you know what I'm saying, that's going on right now in your life, possibly because you moved on to calmer waters and you wanted to get away from that situation. They're still angry, they're still running their mouth. They possibly ran someone away from you, you know what I'm saying, wanted someone to be hidden, they wasn't truthful, you know what I'm saying? They really wasn't in your corner. They was only there for money. Literally. And that's just the bottom line. And when it said someone got hurt, possibly it caused something that was really hurtful. It could have been physical, mentally, whatever the case may be. But we're going to see what is the outcome.
Demonic.
She said demonic, y'all. What is the outcome of what is going to be the outcome of this person getting away from this individual that was basically trying to do this magic and keep their eyes closed and everything. The highest light, God Almighty, archangels, ancestors, evil never work there. What's going to be the outcome? 1-8.
Backward.
She said backwards.
Radio.
Backward radio. Yeah, backward radio is a spirit box. I know the technology on that. Let's see. I wanted to build one. I ain't got to check it. Alright, what's the
Tombstone.
Okay, so it looks like when you move forward, you're possibly going to probably meet someone else, or move forward with whoever it is you want to move forward with. This person's probably going to have a child, and whoever this karmic is, that's in your life causing you havoc and trouble and this and the other, they're going to be still playing games. So what you're going to have to do, I'm hearing restraining order, possibly. What else? So you have blessing here, because it says your dreams is going to bear fruit. You know what I'm saying? You have blessing here. So everything
Real.
And they just said real. So, that's a real thing. So everything basically that's going to be coming to fruition for you is going to bear fruit. You get what I'm saying? Regardless of everything you had to go through with this other female. What else? Everything's going to be working out for you. This is for a, I'll get the sign. I'll get the sign. 1 second. Yeah, so you know, possibly I'm getting here, you know, you possibly had to keep your precious empress, you had to keep her hidden. She was probably asking you, why were you doing this? And you would basically let her know because you loved her, because you know you had some other mess going on. You know what I'm saying? Something you wanted to protect her from. Let me see what sign. What's this? Let's pick some signs and see. Is it earth, air, fire, or water? Or a few? Let's see. Damn. Okay, so this is going to be for earth sign. It's the Pentacles.
Capricorn,
So
Virgo, or Sagittarius.
what, Page of Pentacles?
A young divine masculine.
So it's a younger male that's going through all this. It's a lot. Let's see who else. Yeah. You got the Ten of Swords. Yeah.
Go away.
Did you say go away, child? Probably talking about go away, you know, from this Ten of Swords. This Page of Pentacles is a younger person. Learning about, you know, a lot of new things. Maybe this person is a traveler. But yeah, they've been through some.
A young responsible truck driver ages between 26 to 34.
So this is a young masculine, divine masculine here. I'm proud of you for getting through all this. So Pentacles is an earth sign. Yeah.
On the shelf.
Come on the shelf. What is on the shelf? Child got me looking on my shelf. Alright, y'all, let's see. That was the introduction card. That's how I just moved it. That shouldn't even been in there. Okay.
Not very. $34.
This masculine is 34 years old. The karmic is 37 to 40. The empress is 29. This message is not for everyone. Don't try to make
Number
it fit.
34. I had to redo that shuffle. Yeah. Yeah, so I think you're learning your lesson as far as when it comes to certain types of females.
Karmics and narcissistic females.
Yeah, you have to learn a big lesson here. Big lessons you have to learn, because we have the Three of Pentacles here.
You had to use a team to help you find out who was a real monster in your life. You had to collaborate to find out some harsh truth.
Okay, so we had a Three of Pentacles that came out, and then we also have the Lovers. So yeah, you're basically going into some type of partnership, you know, after all this chaos, you know, being hurt, whatever the case may be. She says not very, but maybe, perhaps, the voice, what I'm getting right here, since they be like this sometimes, you know, when it comes to readings like this, basically, I'm looking at this right here as some of these outbursts that be coming through. This could possibly be a karmic, you know what I'm saying? Maybe this is some of the karmic's thoughts. You know, they're not wanting you to move along. You know what I'm saying? They're not wanting you to do this. She was possibly even saying earlier, not even close. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe possibly she's in competition with your Empress. You know, she wants to be the Empress, but she's not the Empress. Okay. She's coming to the realization, you know, that you're up and moved away. She just said the name Anne, so if Anne resonates with anybody, all right, coming to the realization that you mean what you say and you say what you mean. You're in this partnership. Yeah, you might have had some good times with your karmic, you know what I'm saying, in the past, or whatever the case may be, but you're moving past that. You know that there was a lot of mess that went on, and you have to move along from that, you know, because this karmic was given to somebody else, you know, that caused a big old stank. And, you know, if someone got shot or whatever, or if someone is in danger of getting shot, maybe that's why you moved away, because you wanted to get out of harm's way and get out of all the chaos and all the just the bull. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, if you did have to go through that and you had to be put up in the hospital for a couple of days, weeks, months, whatever, behind another female and a whole bunch of mess that went on, of course you moved away from that. Of course you went on your merry way. And of course, maybe she's going to be in denial, thinking that she can have her cake and eat it too, and then still think that she can harm you and still try to intimidate you and still come up into your life. But it ain't working. It ain't going down like that. And she's still saying not very. But what she failed to realize, it is what it is. You know, when it's time to move on, it's time to move on.
How do I use it?
Yeah, very confused. A very confused spirit here. Very. Okay. Yeah, child, can't make it up. Got the 4 of Wands. You see them? What are them people doing in the statue? Hugging and loving on each other. 4 of Wands. It's some type of celebration, some type of ceremony or something. Okay? Beyond partnership.
You're welcome.
She said you're welcome. Maybe because she's going to finally leave you alone. Maybe that's why she's saying you're welcome. Yeah. Because it was just a whole bunch of petty competition, you know, that was going on. Stuff that you weren't even, something you weren't even worried about. And then she says, I'm from here.
It just switched to another soul. The other one left.
I'm from here. Okay. I don't understand that. Maybe I think the energies just switched. Because they be switching. Yeah. Switching modes, you know, because sometimes when people feel like they can't get their way, what they gonna do? They gonna switch, move along, and go on. Because, you know, you're done. You know what I'm saying? This person was juggling you and someone else. And you're done with this. You know what I'm saying? You're done with it.
Floor.
Because you're in this, yeah, she said floor. Because you're in this, King of Pentacles energy right here. You know, you went from the Nine of Pentacles that was yesterday, and people, you know, she was wanting all your Nine of Pentacles all the way up until this right here. So now that you're the King of Pentacles, you know, of course she was going to try to put in a fight for it. Probably still is, you know. But I guess if you don't jump ships and states or whatever the case may be, then what's she going to do, you know? Because you're done with all this. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It was some type of chaos, some type of pain, or whatever the case may be, because you was very clear in your communication and very and specifying, you know, it was a lot of pain. You just kept saying pain. And this person looked like it done been through the ringer. It's a shame, you know, people, you know, you have to go through stuff like that. But now, like they're saying, now you're having happiness. Happiness is coming for you. Yeah. Child. And you got the Hierophant here again. So you know the Hierophant is one, you know, who basically holds ceremony. We got the keys, you got the birds here. What I'm getting when I look at this card, what I see. You know, the Hierophant, you know, is traditions, you know what I'm saying? Not with all that extra foolishness, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm seeing right here is like, it's like some type of release.
She can't stay.
They just said she can't stay. So yeah.
Play with me.
Play. She can't stay. Play with me. It did look when she said play with me. Let me show you what's sort of. There's a nostalgia again. Oh, so it looks like everything's gonna be working out for you. You know, at first I was kind of like, ugh, I just didn't like the reading. I really don't. I didn't like it. I mean, it's supposed to be a beautiful, divine, masculine reading, and it just went dark on me, and I was like, ugh, I didn't want to deal with it. Like darkness. Yeah, so technically what you had to do, yeah, you're at peace now. Yeah, I was saying at peace, and she said true. You're at peace where you're at now. You ain't gotta be worried with all that craziness, you know, because everything, you know, you did what you had to do. You flipped it and reversed it. Back in your narrative, back in your life, back the way you want it to be. Yeah. So on the bottom of the deck is a star. You know,
Simple.
The star, you know, you had hope and faith, which is simple. Always have hope and faith. You know, thank God Almighty for everything. You know what I'm saying? And be grateful for everything you had to overcome and come, you know, go through. You know, nothing's easy for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Life ain't meant to be easy. But we're meant to overcome things and work on stuff. Overcome things, work on stuff, create, make life beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Leave some type of legacy here, you know, crush them generational curses, you know. Yeah, crush generational curses, get all that mess out the way. And mind over what don't matter. If the stuff don't matter, taboo.
Floor.
She just keeps saying floor. Remember who you are and where you come from. Remember who you are and where you come from. You know, pain don't always last forever, you know. We get through it. You know, it might seem like things is horrible, the end of the world. And I'm also hearing somebody, I don't know where this is coming from, but I'm hearing somebody asking, like, why you didn't call the police? Why you didn't do a restraining order then? And why you didn't do a restraining order then? Couple of these. Why didn't you do a restraining order then?
Hello.
Why you didn't try to protect yourself before all of it got out of hand? It says a slap or blow to the ego. Yeah, because I'm here because you are a man. You didn't want to have to go about doing things like that. And by you being spiritual, you know, you knew the ancestors, they had it. The ancestors say we got this, because the ancestors had it. You're a man, you didn't want to have to go through those little channels right there, I understand. Yeah, and they still, regardless of however you handle it, you let the ancestors handle it, and they still got exposed for doing the most anyway. They got exposed, even though she still got the death grip on you, child.
I don't need this.
Yeah, she's angry. She says she don't need it. So, you know, maybe she'll go. She won't have no choice, you know what I'm saying, because you're moving away. You possibly moved away. You moved on.
Horse.
Alright, it says Friday dance, bring energy. So I guess on Fridays they want you to dance or to bring you some energy, and it says to burn a white candle to manifest all your wants and needs. So burn white candles to manifest all your wants and needs on Fridays, and be sure to dance to get the energy coming. Okay. And so she said, I like you. So like I say, it's energies that's on this, that's flipping back and forth. And sometimes it gets stuck on one, and it just be that one that'll just be going and going and just be doing the most, child, again. But I love each and every one of you guys. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I will be back sooner than later. Love you all. Kisses.